With what seemed like a million things to do, all she could focus on was the news that her husband was finally coming home. She sat in her mother's chair looking out the window, patiently waiting for the first glimpse of the man that she loved. He had been away at war for the past several months and would finally be returning to their cozy little house and the life that he left behind. She couldn't believe that this day had finally come. It seemed like almost years ago that her husband received the news that he would be going to fight in the war. With little notice and little time to prepare, she felt like she barely had time to say goodbye. She doesn't remember much about the day that he left, but there are a few things that she can remember more than anything. She remembers the way she felt when she swung her arms around his neck just seconds before he walked out the door. She remembers the flush of cold rushing through her body, the feeling of weakness starting at her knees and going on as if it would never stop. She remembers the feeling of his lips kissing her cheek and the feeling of cold, wet droplets falling from her eyes. She remembers his last squeeze around her cold, nervous hand after he placed a gold token in her palm. She remembers the feeling of him squeezing her waist one final time and the warmth of his breath as he whispered in her ear, softly telling her, "I'll see you real soon." It has been 2 months since the day he was supposed to return home, and she still sits in her mother's chair, patiently waiting for the first glimpse of the man that she loved, replaying in her mind the last thing that she remembers from the day that he said, "I'll see you real soon."